An old road leads to one of the oldest parts of Mexico, known as the Place of Gods. These towering pyramids for the sun and moon date back to 200 years before Christ. An ancient civilization called this home. Today, it is the setting for pilgrimages. So, Larry, our executive producer, and photographer Kevin Mahan and I took our pilgrimage up the Pyramid of the Sun.
You're probably wondering why we're shooting on this camera. Well, it's because federal police asked us to keep our big cameras away. You see at the top.
At first glance, it doesn't seem very imposing, but up close, you're navigating up through jagged stones on a steep incline.
All right, here we go. We're starting the ascent of the pyramid.
Archaeologists say this city lasted until the 7th and 8th centuries. At one time, these pyramids were the most populated centers of the New World.
So part of the legend here is when you make it up to the top, there's a sense of peace that you get when you get up there. We're hoping to find some of that peace. We could use it. Well, we're not even a third of the way there. All right.
Find some peace and find some breath.
Yeah.
There's a lot of debate over who built these stone steps. Some scholars believe it's the Toltecs. We're quickly making our way up.
Definitely is a workout.
Larry counted more than 200 steps. We made it there in about 12 minutes.
Yeah, we're here. And surprisingly, it is peaceful. I had my heart rate is back to normal somewhat. It's actually kind of windy out here, as you can probably tell. But it is peaceful. I wish I was here for a little longer, but federal police they're asking us to go back down. I don't think we want to.
Looking back, maybe it's the view that gave us peace, or maybe it's exactly as the Toltecs intended. The pyramids put us closer to heaven. There's also something heavenly about floating down a river. That's possible here in Xochimilco, another ancient corner of Mexico City.
All right. This is a lot harder than it looks. The Aztecs in 1325 built Mexico City on top of the water. This is one of the last remaining bodies of water in Mexico City.
We were on one of the many vibrantly colored boats. The vendors even pull up right beside you. This man is selling elote, or corn, further up the river.
$2.50?
Our executive producer, Larry, is haggling for a blanket.
Pieces the lowest price, come on.
Once the vendors are gone, you quickly notice you're also in people's back and front yards. There are homes here. Some families haven't left for centuries. Ofelia Martinez is a bread maker. They're waiting for a ride.
Yes, it's really fun. I prefer this over the city. The city is too chaotic.
Here, life moves a little slower. Agriculture rules here. Here they grow corn, pumpkin, but most importantly, flowers. Beautiful flowers, colors only matched by our boats. Some families have been using these waters for 5-6 generations.
Because it speaks of Mexico and the years past, and the history is preserved here.
And finally, her ride is here. Today, she's going into the city. The men who channel these waters have history too. Adrian Palmo Velasco has been doing this 14 years.
They teach us when we're young, but it takes 3 months to learn.
But it helps when dad and grandfather did the same thing. Adrian says it's a job that takes strength and technique. And nobody said it was going to be a totally smooth ride. Much of Mexico City was built over a lake. The Aztecs would create an empire almost unrivaled. Like the towering pyramids, this one body of water would stay and feed generations and generations of families. This was a trip through old Mexico. Jobin, Panicker, KC24 News.
Bravo.